Warzone is saved! Or that's what I'd say if all of this comes out true. Or I hope is what I'm going to say. Today we had the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 reveal event live inside of Warzone, where you went in, you captured some stuff from Zaya, and it blew up, and you got away, and spoiler alerts, all sorts of things happened. But the important thing that we got out of all this is there is new stuff coming in November 10th. For those of you looking to get a hold of the game, you can get access to the campaign November 2nd if you pre-order it. And if you pre-order today, you get a bunch of stuff in game. But that's not really the big point here. The big point is we have now got information for the first time about the way that Modern Warfare 3 is going to work. And inherently, that means most likely how Warzone is going to evolve as this continues. Now, that is a very important thing to note because we generally don't get this kind of information early. Generally speaking, we get this a lot later. And honestly, I am super excited for the premise of getting to actually get to look at this stuff really early, because that kind of lets us go in and learn how the game is going to actually change when we get into this one. Vanguard didn't do this. Call of Duty Cold War didn't do this. We never really got this kind of information ahead of time. And having this access to this information allows us to kind of prepare not only for what's going to change, but also change how we play the game. And I think that's really, really cool. So they went live with the basic breakdown of the announcement with some of the things that I'm going to cover that I think is very important to the way that I approach the game, and I think might help you also kind of understand how the game is going to change when it's going to happen. So here is the overall article. There's a whole lot to go through it. They talk about how the game's starting, the campaign, and about all of the old multiplayer maps coming back as well. But one of the big things that they have brought up is there is a huge change coming to the way the multiplayer is going to work, with a lot of features returning from Warzone 1 and some new ones as well. So they're saying, like I said, they're bringing back all of the old maps from the original Modern Warfare 2 and dropping them into this one. And they're bringing back War Mode and more maps as the seasons continue. But the cool things to me are the new mechanics, the customizations, and stuff like that. New gameplay innovation, tac stance. This is basically, if you've used the canted laser in Warzone already, this is basically like the canted laser. You're just kind of firing halfway from the hip, halfway ADS. And you see it can be toggled in and out of tac stance dynamically while aiming down sights. Traits precise accuracy for improved mobility and handling. It's essentially enough like a hip fire ADS. It's for aggressive close quarter combat, and you can be using that while sliding. So that means now instead of hip fire while sliding or ADS while sliding, you can tac stance while sliding, which gives you a little bit of a halfway between the two. They are evolving your loadouts. You'll see create a class gets ready to build your custom loadout using cutting edge military equipment, gloves, tactical vests, boots, and more. This is replacing your perk system. The evolving loadouts, you're equipping stuff instead of perks, and these will give you the perk abilities. Aftermarket parts. Big rundown is basically they're taking the Gunsmith and adding even more stuff to it. And I know that you all have loved how much random stuff you have to do to actually get a hold of your gun and use it. Right? Of course. So now they're adding aftermarket parts. These parts will allow you to change the overall way the gun looks and feels while keeping the same gun. They say they're taking an LMG and making it a bullpup, which is putting the fire or the magazine behind the firing mechanism or your trigger, and making it basically a closer quarter, more back towards you, without changing any of its damage output. So increasing mobility and handling without compromising damage output. But in real life, it also makes it harder to reload, just so you know, unless you train a lot. Aftermarket parts will offer new progression paths, challenges to unlock. We'll be sharing more information as that comes out. Cool. Changes to the core mechanics. This is a shot from the campaign, it says. Core mechanics, you are returning classic gameplay. Map voting returns. Classic minimap, which is red dots, return. All chosen perks are available at the start of each match, so it means no longer earning your third and fourth perk. Covert sneakers perk allow for silent movement. This is Ninja. Core multiplayer health is 150. This is going to be closer to Black Ops Cold War, if I remember correctly, because Black Ops Black Ops 3 and 4 had the increased HP, so it made a longer time to kill. inside of regular multiplayer. Slide canceling is returning, i.e. slide cancel. You can cancel the animation, but it does not reset tactical sprint. All of you worried about this right now, this is the best version of both. This offers you the ability to get in and out of fights with slides and to be able to stop where you want without getting the slide cancel meta again of where you're just watching people just like look like dolphins on land forever. This does not reset tactical sprint, so this means that when someone stops sliding, they're coming out at normal speed again. You will no longer be dealing with 150 mile per hour demons. I'm sure someone will find a way to exploit this, but as of right now, this is considered the best possible option for both the sweat and for the casual, because this gives you both control of your character without making character-breaking moments, and with this being an intended idea of what they're doing, this actually removes the exploitative way that the old one works, which means we should be able to actually hit character models properly while this is happening. Reload canceling. It has returned. Thank goodness. Mantling faster. Mantle while sprinting. Beautiful. You can fire during and immediately after sliding. Beautiful. Tactical sprint durations are increased. The exact duration depends on the weapon being used. Cool. This means now that if you're using LMG, you're not a speed demon all the time. If you're using an SMG, you can be. This means that there's actual weight and responsiveness and actual like tactical choices for choosing what you're using. Again, great choice. Tactical resprint recharges while sprinting, which means you no longer have to stop moving to basically be able to sprint again. This means that you will be able to more effectively know and be able to reutilize tac sprint without having to basically do this stop-start thing. This also removes the need for basically like tactical sprint reset mechanics, because that means that you're no longer required to have to try to cheese the system to get your tac sprint back, which I think that's beautiful, because this means that every time that they make things more intuitive and working around their own things, you remove more ways that things can be exploited, because the intended mechanic allows for the thing to work the way that it's supposed to, rather than trying to cancel animations and cancel timers and cancel like all those like back-end cancels that have been used in previous titles exist because people wanted to be able to do these things but couldn't do it, and so they ended up breaking it by trying to make it happen rather than it just being coded straight into the game. Beautiful. Multiplayer carry forward. This is going to be for all your Warzone stuff as well. All your weapons are carrying forward. All your operators are carrying forward. All your platforms, all of your skins. In certain cases, Modern Warfare 2 weapons carry forward into Modern Warfare 3 will be able to utilize Modern Warfare 3 attachments that you unlock where applicable. So basically, any weapon that's going to be in Modern Warfare 3 will also have access to the stuff from Modern Warfare 2 if they both exist in both of them, and not if they don't. So that's cool. The number of weapon platforms, aka receivers, have been increased for some categories, reducing restrictions on weapon customization by allowing for core attachments to be added to your favorite Modern Warfare 2 weapons. So this is just more stuff that allows all of everything that we've already earned from Modern Warfare 2 to be utilized in Modern Warfare 3 and to continue to expand on that. This is the best possible way of doing this, not only because it now no longer allows us to feel cheated for all the stuff that we've purchased beforehand. If you're like me, who's bought a bunch of stuff, if you haven't, thank God, save your money. But if you do like buying things like I do, this is good for us. This is good for the people who like to buy the cosmetics, who like to buy stuff, and use a little bit of their happiness that they can get out of it. First time ever, zombies are coming into an open world. Not into an open world, I guess. We were Outbreak on the last one, but a new all open world for zombies. Dark Aether zombie story returning. And if you look at this is Verdansk, guys. This has to be Verdansk. These are the Twin Towers. This is the Burger Hut near the firehouse. This is up over here behind like Promenade. This is Verdansk. You cannot tell me this is not Verdansk. And if this is not Verdansk, then this is literally just like all the assets from Verdansk reused and put into almost the exact same configuration. This is Verdansk. Expect to undertake missions in different regions that escalate in difficulty with core zombies features and cavalcade of secrets to discover. This is going to be your PvE stuff again. PvE extraction survival experience against some of the biggest enemies in Call of Duty history. Cool. I think that's great. There's going to be more information coming, obviously, because they don't want to give us everything right now because they want to trickle feed us information just like they do content. And I think that overall, I'm excited about this. I'm optimistic. But I'm not going to say that this is the best thing ever, because right now, obviously, all we have is, words on a page. They're going to have to honestly show us why that it deserves to be just, praised. But for just the words on the paper, so far, it's looking like this may be a good time. I'm excited for a good time. I know we all need it. The FPS market is not in a beautiful place right now, and I think, honestly, we really could utilize, just a damn good time. There is no information here about DMZ, which means we don't know if DMZ is coming over, or if it's being supported, or if it's, being left behind, or if it's coming back later, or if it's being added. Right now, DMZ looks like it's getting the plunder treatment. For those of you who are plunder players, you know what I mean by that, where no one talked about it. It was in Warzone 1, then it wasn't in Warzone 2, now it's back in Warzone 2, but they keep removing it. So if you really want DMZ back, you need to obviously spam the hell out of the devs and try to get some information, and at least they would know that in the end, even if they aren't planning DMZ now, maybe they should consider adding it to it later. Again, with every Call of Duty, it's a 1-year cycle. Nothing is new. They will continue to make Modern Warfare 2 guns. So if you don't have Modern Warfare 3, you can still expect to have at least probably 2 or 3 more content drops for Modern Warfare 2, and then there will be a new game next year, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 Black Ops Vanguard. I don't know, but every year there's a game. So if this isn't your game for the year, just keep hoping. I don't know, but thank y'all so much for checking this out. Let me know what you're excited about or what makes you afraid of this update. Honestly, there's good things and bad things on both sides of it that could, make you excited or make you worried. And I'd love to hear what you have to say about it. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else, peace.